Virginia Tech, a 7-point favorite with a third string quarterback likely going to be behind center. Chris Graham here, Augusta Free Press. So let's talk about the so-called rivalry game, and we'll talk about that whole aspect of things here as well in this podcast. Boy, we're going to go over Pop Watson, guy that if you don't follow Virginia Tech football except for this one time a year, you certainly haven't heard the name Pop Watson. We're going to talk about UVA injuries and availability. We'll go into why this shouldn't be called a rivalry and hasn't been a rivalry for so long. And then the UVA administration being happy with the way things are, despite the fact that no one should be happy with the way things are with UVA football. Okay, let's start with the Virginia Tech quarterback situation. It's not good for the Hokies, even being a 7-point favorite going in. The folks in Vegas don't make the money that they make, not knowing these things. But you know, the football part of this for Virginia Tech is not good. Brent Pry said on Tuesday that he doesn't have the answer to who his starting quarterback will be going into Saturday night's game. Kyron Drones and Collin Schlee, his 1 and 2 quarterbacks, have both been dealing with injuries. Drone has not played since the Clemson game. Collin Schlee, the backup, got knocked out of the Duke game with a head injury. Now, Pry would not say whether Schlee was in concussion protocol, which is probably an indication that he was, right? Because if you won't say it, it's probably the case. He did say on Tuesday that he thought Schlee was a little further along, quote unquote, than Drones, which is not a good sign. If a guy who got knocked out with a head injury is better off than your guy with, the lingering stuff, lower body. Um, but with both those guys out, Pry had to go to the third string quarterback, Pop Watson, a freshman, who, considering that, he didn't get any reps with the first team last week, did a pretty good job. 12 of 25 passing, 146 yards. He was sacked 8 times, but he brought Tech back. They were down big in this game, and he got him back within a field goal in the fourth quarter before they lost to Duke 31-28. So, hey, did his job. Now, on Tuesday, Brent Pry did say that Watson would be getting the bulk of the first team reps at QB, in part, to help get him ready, just in case, but also Drones and Schlee were both limited from a medical clearance standpoint. Uh, so, and I guess at this stage of a year, this is game 12. You've had 2 bye weeks. You've had plenty of practice. Kyron Drones and Collin Schlee have had plenty of reps with the, first and second team offenses all season long. Watson has not. They can come in theoretically if one gets cleared late in the week or even during the day on Saturday, they can come in and do what they need to do. Game plan wise, they're doing mental reps on the sidelines and that kind of thing during the week. Um, and Watson did get some second team reps last week, but getting those first team reps this week will just help things be more fluid. He looks like a guy that can to do some stuff with his feet. I mentioned he got sacked 8 times in just over a half of action. But that could be as much not reading the defense well because you're not in the games as much. And he did move the chains with his scrambling ability. Another freshman, Davy Belfort, will also be getting reps with the first and second team offense this week, just in case, because as Price said in his presser this week, if something happens to Watson and the way things have been going for Tech at quarterback this season, you have to think it's very possible. At least you have to be ready for it. Then Belfort's the first team quarterback, so you got to be ready.